I'm going to give some basic ideas about playing over a 1-4-5 blues track here. This could be used in a lot of cases, though, against any dominant seventh type chord. I'm going to explain it as in A, and then we'll just be transposing it position-wise to match where the chords are going in the progression. So what we're going to use is this little pentagon type shape. It's basically derived from, if you think of your basic F little bar chord in the first position. If we just take it and move it up to the fifth position and make it an A chord. Now, this chord itself has a root on the 7th fret of the 4th string, the 3rd on the 6th fret of the 3rd string, 5th of the chord is on the 5th fret of the 2nd string, and the root of the chord again is on the 1st string, 5th fret. The notes we're primarily going to be using here will be the 3rd at the 6th fret of the 3rd string. I'm using my 2nd finger to do that. The 5th of the chord, which is on the 2nd string. I'm doing it with my 1st finger at the 5th fret. And the root of the chord at the 5th fret of the 1st string. So we have this. Now, we're also going to be adding, with the 3rd finger, the 7th fret of the 2nd string, which is the 6th of the chord. Just a nice coloration tone to add there. Just to mention, the flat 7 of the chord is 1 fret higher. That might be a nice tone to add to with the 4th finger at the 8th fret. But right now we're concentrating mostly on this little, it's going to be a little pentagon type shape here. So 7th fret, the 2nd string is the 6th of the chord. On the 1st string, 7th fret, we have the 9th of the chord. And a lot of times we use 9th chords in blues, which would have the root 3rd, 5th, flat 7, and 9th of the whatever the root note is, the chord name. So when we play through this track, when it's on the 1 chord, or on an A9 chord, I'm going to be using this pentagon shape here, this 2nd finger, 6th fret of the 3rd string, 1st finger, 5th fret of the 2nd string, 3rd finger, 7th fret of the 2nd string, 1st finger, 5th fret of the 1st string, and 3rd finger, 7th fret of the 1st string. So we get this little pattern here. Now, at different times, we may add chromatics in between, just as passing tones. So I can go from the 5th to the 6th chromatically. I can go, so on the 2nd string, I'm on the 5th fret, 1st finger, 6th fret would be a sharp 5, heading to the 6th with the 3rd finger. So 1st finger, 2nd finger, 3rd finger on the 5th, 6th, and 7th fret of the 2nd string. On the 1st string, you could do something similar, where we would go from the root to the flat 9 to the 9. So we can approach root to 9th chromatically also. And you can go backwards too. So 1st string, 5th, 6th, 7th fret, or 7th, 6th, 5th fret. So either way on either string we can go. So I'll be adding that in a little bit later. Just thought I'd get out of the way explaining it now. You'll hear that a little bit in the leads I'll be doing. So the basic pentagon shape we're talking about is, one more time, it's 6th fret, 3rd string with the 2nd finger, 1st finger, 5th fret, 2nd string, 3rd finger, 7th fret, 2nd string, 1st finger, 5th fret, 1st string, 3rd finger, 7th fret, 1st string. So either going up, ascending, or descending. So that'll be for the 1 chord, for our A chord. When we get to the 4 chord, which is will be a D chord, we're just going to take this position and move it up to the 10th position instead of the 5th position, which is the A chord, the 1 chord. The 4 chord will be on the 10th position. So we'll use that same pentagon shape and all those same ideas I just explained in the 10th position for the 4 chord. So that's second finger on the 11th fret, first finger on the 10th fret, third finger on the 12th fret. That was so third string, second finger, second string, first finger, second string, third finger, then first finger, 10th fret of the first string, and third finger, 12th fret of the first string. That's for the 4 chord. And again, the chromatics. You can add those in there too. And then the 12th position, second finger, 13th fret of the third string, first finger, 12th fret of the second string, third finger, 14th fret of the second string, first finger, 12th fret of the first string, and third finger, 14th fret of the first string. And that'll be for our 5 chord. So the 1 chord will be 5th position. 4 chord will be 10th position. And the 5 chord will be 12th position. So I'm going to put on the jam track and play a little bit. I'm going to try to keep it as simple as I can for this, just to give you some ideas. Then I'll expand a little bit more with the chromatics, and maybe we'll talk about a few other possibilities after that. So the first string is the actual root of the 5th fret. The 10th fret is the actual root note. Back to the 1 chord. That was the 4 chord in between there. Here's the 5 chord. Here's the 4 chord. And 1 chord. Okay, a few other things I was doing there is I approached that second finger with a hammer from the first finger. So the first finger is the flat third of the chord. And we actually, in these 9th chords, we actually want to get the major third in there. So we can either bend it up a little bit to kind of bring it to the major third sound, or we can hammer it at the 6th fret. You can also, if you do that, and I'm going to add one more note to this, the other note of the F chord that I originally talked about, the third finger on the 4th string. So for the A chord, the note I'm talking about adding now would be the 7th fret of the 4th string with the third finger. So I can go do the hammer from the first finger to the second finger from the 5th to 6th fret of the third string, and then end on the root on the 4th string with the third finger at the 7th fret. So we have or you do a bend. Now when you do this bend, we probably don't want to go, usually we don't want to bend up and down, because then we'd be taking it away from the flat third, going into the major third, and then releasing it back to the flat third. So you really don't want that flat third sound to come out against the chord we're talking about here, because it's a major third. So we want to bend up, and then either with the pick hand, with I'm using my index finger for this right now, stopping the sound of that bent note once it gets to the major third, or almost to the major third. You don't have to go the entire way to the major third. You can use kind of a quarter time, quarter step. And it's something between a quarter step and a half step bend. And then end on the root, on the 4th string. So again, I'm trying not to do this. I don't want the note to go up and then back down. I want the note to go up and then end up on the root of the chord without releasing the bend I'm doing. So either stop it with the right hand, or as you bring down your third finger of the left hand for the root note, you can also deaden the note like that. I'm using this finger over here on my left hand to cover up that bent note. So I can do it that way, or with the pick. So, or a combination of both. So let me play through that again. Oh, and then one other thing I was adding, when I'm on the ninth on the first string, for the one chord, the A chord I'm talking about, if I'm on the 7th fret, which is the 9th of the chord, or 2nd of the chord, 2nd is the same tone as the 9th, we can bend that note up a whole step, up to the sound of the 9th fret, which is the major third. So we can take that 9th and bring it up to the sound of the major third that way. So here's doing the third, 2nd to 3rd, and then to root, all on the first string. So 7th fret bent up to the sound of the 9th fret, and then playing the 5th fret. Or we can do something similar from the 5th fret of the 3rd string, bending that, and then kind of stopping that note either with the left hand or right hand, and then play the root below it on the 4th string, 7th fret. Or, so you'll hear me be doing that within here also. So let me go through this again. And again, I'm just taking that position up to the 10th position and doing similar things for the 4 chord, and then again 2 frets higher to the 12th position for the 5 chord. I'll be adding the chromatics in between also. And here we go with a little bit of playing with it. Okay, so hopefully that gives you a few ideas to use. I guess I'll cover one more quick idea with this. We can use this, I'm using the 6th fret with the 2nd finger of the 3rd string and skipping a string to the 1st string, 5th fret. So we get this double note here. You can either use a down pick and an up pick, or we can use a little bit of a hybrid picking pattern, a picking idea where you play, you're holding the pick now between the thumb and index finger and leaving the 3rd finger and middle finger free. So we're picking the 3rd string with the pick and using the 3rd finger, get that so you can see it, and picking up with the 3rd finger on the 1st string. So we get either together or I'm working the pick and the 3rd finger, the middle finger separately. So the pick is again between the thumb and index, and the first on the 3rd string, and the 1st string I'm hitting with the middle finger, just pulling it up. Or we can use the pick and pick them both with a down pick and an up pick on the 1st string. So either way that works. I kind of would go back and forth myself, just on making just decisions on, without really even thinking about it much, just kind of doing one or the other once you get used to both ways. So anyway, so that's the 6th fret and the 5th fret of the 3rd string and the 1st string. Now, if we take that 2nd finger and go up 1 fret to the 7th fret, and then drop in the 3rd finger at the 7th fret. So now I'm on the I have the 2nd finger on the 7th fret of the 3rd string, and the 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the 1st string. So we get this. So we go from this to this. Then we can also go up 2 frets from there to the 9th fret. So 2nd finger is now on the 9th fret on the 3rd string, and the 3rd finger is on the 9th fret of the 1st string. So we get this. So you can go up or you can go down. So again, that all works with this A chord, and when you're doing these patterns. I'm doing little slides between certain frets sometimes. You don't have to do sliding, but you can. You can do it like that if you want to. When I go up to the 4 chord, similarly, you can use, and that is 11th fret with the 2nd finger, 10th fret with the 1st finger. 11th fret is the 3rd string with the 2nd finger, 1st finger on the 10th fret of the 1st string. Then up 1 fret with the 2nd finger. The 2nd finger for this is staying on the 3rd string the whole time. That's kind of important to keep your positioning with this. And so we go up 1 fret to the 12th fret with the 2nd finger on the 3rd string, and then dropping in the 3rd finger on the 12th fret of the 1st string. So that's 3rd string to 1st string, both at the 12th fret, 2nd finger on the 3rd string, 3rd finger on the 1st string. Then up the whole thing 2 frets to the 14th fret on the 3rd string with the 2nd finger, 1st string with the 3rd finger. That would be for the 4 chord. So when you're doing this little pentagon shape from the 10th position, the chromatics, you can also add like that. And then you can do that same thing 2 frets higher in the 12th position when we have the little pentagon shape there on the 12th position. We can also add this little harmonized scale climb with the 2nd finger at the 13th fret of the 3rd string, 1st finger is hitting the 12th fret of the 1st string. This is for the 5 chord, the E chord in this case. Then moving the 2nd finger. We're doing the same thing for each of these chords, so it's just explaining the same thing again in a different position. So from 13th fret, you would go up 1 fret with the 2nd finger. Again, 2nd finger on the 3rd string as a guide. So 14th fret now with the 2nd finger of the 3rd string, and then dropping in the 3rd finger on the 14th fret of the 1st string. So you get that, and then bring it all up, those 2 fingers up 2 frets higher to the 16th fret of the 3rd string, 2nd finger, and 3rd finger is now on the 16th fret of the 1st string. So we get, so the 1 chord would be down here for that lick, 5th position. Both fingers are on the 7th fret now. Both fingers are on the 9th fret now, and we're using again 1st and 3rd strings. That's for the 1 chord, the A chord. For the 4 chord, the D chord, we're on the in the 10th position. So this is 11th fret, 10th fret of the 3rd and 1st string, then both on the 12th fret, then both on the 14th fret. And then for the 5 chord, the E chord, we're up here, 13th fret of the 3rd string, 1st fret of the 1st string, then 14th fret for both of them, and 16th fret for both of them on the 3rd and 1st strings. One more thing I'll add is we can connect the higher position notes. So I'm at the 5th fret and 6th fret there. Once I go up to this one here, and I'm going to do the 7th fret and 9th fret for the 1 chord, I can connect these chromatically like this. So this is where you get this sound that's fairly common. You hear this a lot. This kind of thing. That's connecting the 9th to the 7th, or the 7th to the 9th chromatically with those double notes. So I'll do one more verse of this and just put it all together and try to give you some ideas with this. Oop, run it back. Just trying to give you some ideas there. So, so work with some of that. Hopefully you can get something out of this, and of course, certainly, stop and play back if you need, things repeated or whatever on these videos. And that's it for now. And good luck with that.